just mixing my coffee. Top of the morning to you. Welcome everyone to the La Liga, the El Toro La Liga show today. Obviously, episode 8, game week 8 of La Liga, and obviously, it's the games before the international break. But before we get started, as I said, please do hit the like button on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I have a little bit of a headache. But I am still going to drink tonight. But I do have my coffee and all that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a birthday stream tomorrow for maybe 30 minutes, an hour or something tomorrow. I will see how I feel. Whether I do it or not, I don't really care. But of course, please do. We might as well get started with the show. And we start off with Osasuna versus Getafe in La Liga tonight at 9 o'clock. The win probability is Osasuna 44%, 33% for a draw, and only 23% for a Getafe win. Now, we're 7 games in, so we kind of know where probably teams will be throughout this season. As you can see, Getafe are in 8th, though they have not won in the last 3 games. Meanwhile, Osasuna also haven't won in any of the last 3 games. So both of these sides needing to get a win just before the break, basically. And in terms of some match stats heading into this game, Osasuna have only won 1 of the last 12 La Liga matches against Getafe, 5 draws and 6 losses, with that being a 3-2 win a couple seasons ago. And they also haven't kept a clean sheet. At home, Osasuna have lost 2 of the last 3 La Liga matches against Getafe, with that being a win, as many as they had before against them. Osasuna have won the last 2 La Liga home matches on a Friday, as many as they had in their previous 11 before that. All right. And then Osasuna have lost 2 of the last 3 La Liga matches, just one defeat less than the previous 14. And finally, Getafe have lost their last 2 away games in La Liga, both 3-0, after having won the previous 3, while scoring 2 in each of them. Prediction for this game, I could see this being an Osasuna. I don't know. It does favor Getafe, I would say. But I do think that maybe Osasuna might get the win here. I'm going 2-0. 2-0 for Osasuna is my prediction in that one. Next up, we have tomorrow on my birthday. So these are the birthday games for me, basically. We have is Real Oviedo against Levante at 2 o'clock here in Spain. Now, Oviedo just coming off of a win in the last game, which was played on Tuesday due to bad weather. But they did win. And it actually does favor Oviedo. Both of these sides newly promoted, so they both kind of know each other. Oviedo 38%, 29% draw, 33% Levante win. So it seems quite even, this one. Obviously, both of these sides in 14th and 15th, so they're both out of the relegation zone at the moment, albeit that's by goal difference and head-to-head and points, more or less. But it's not been an overall amazing start, but it's at least something that both teams can work towards as the season progresses. After losing their first La Liga match 3-0 against Levante in 1963, Oviedo have not lost or conceded the goal in the last 3 against them. But that was all in 64-65, long time ago. At home, Real Oviedo have only lost 1 of the last 12 meetings against Levante in La Liga, that being when they were in the second division about 22 years ago. So they actually have a very good home record against them. Oviedo have won the last La Liga match 2-1. This is after having lost the previous 3, while they have not had 2 consecutive wins since 2000, which was the last time they were in La Liga. So it's been a long time since they've been winning back-to-back games in the top flight, obviously. Levante have won just 1 of the last 7 matches in La Liga this season, that one being against Girona. And this could be one of the worst starts to the season, actually. And finally, Real Oviedo, along with Girona, are one of two teams to have received the most red cards in La Liga this season, with three. One of them being Illich in the last game, which I don't think it was a red card, but you know what it is with La Liga referees. So it's not great. In terms of prediction, maybe Real Oviedo can ride on a high here, and I'm going with a 2-1 win for Real Oviedo. So back-to-back wins. I'm going for a little bit of a historic moment for them. 2-1 for Real Oviedo. All right. And next up we have here is Girona against Valencia. Now, obviously, Girona have yet to win this season. Valencia, I believe, lost in the last game. Oh, well, they did against Oviedo, I just remembered. But it favors a bit of a, in a way, Girona, 39% win, 28% draw, 33% Valencia win. As you can see, you kind of have to scroll a bit down. Valencia in 12th, and that loss against Oviedo was not what they wanted. You know, conceding 2 goals in 2 minutes is not great, and losing the game. Meanwhile, Girona are the team bottom of the league. They are one of 2 teams, along with Celta Vigo, that have yet to win in La Liga this season. Maybe this could be the time they do it. Who knows? But some match stats heading into this. Girona have lost just one of the last 5 meetings against Valencia, so they have a good record there. After not losing any of the first 4 visits to Girona in all competitions, they have since lost 2 of the last 3. Girona have failed to win any of the last 7 La Liga matches, which is not great, obviously. Valencia have lost 3 of the last 5 away games in La Liga, drawing 2, so they don't have a very good away record. So this could be the time Girona could get a win. Who knows? Girona have scored the fewest goals of any La Liga side, 3, and the lowest shot conversion rate of 4.3%. So not a great match for Valencia in terms of their record at this ground. But I don't trust this Girona team. And I'm going for I'll go with a 1-0 win for Valencia, the away side. I think they're going to get the win. It's going to be another struggle for Girona. That'll be my prediction. So Valencia wins my prediction. All right. Next up we have is Athletic Club against Mallorca. Now, obviously, since the international break, Athletic Club have yet to win a game. Mallorca just won very recently, I think in the last fixture, the first win of the season. So both sides are not in great form. 63% Athletic Club win, 23% draw, 14% win for Mallorca. Obviously, Athletic Club on Wednesday lost in the Champions League away at Dortmund, which I'll be honest is kind of expected. And you can see in the league form, since the international break got back up back in September, Athletic Club have lost 3 of their 4 games, with the other one being a draw, and that was against Girona as well. Obviously, they've lost both of their Champions League games, albeit it's against Arsenal and Dortmund, which you kind of expect them to lose. As for Mallorca, they are in the relegation zone, but they did pick up their first win of the season this past weekend. So maybe they might have a bit of confidence heading into this one away at Athletic Club. But it seems like the win probability definitely favors Athletic Club. Obviously, both of these sides met in the 2024 Copa del Rey final, which Athletic Club won on penalties. Athletic Club have not lost any of the last 6 La Liga matches against Mallorca, although 5 have ended in a draw. At home, Athletic have not lost any of the last 8 La Liga games, 6 wins, 2 draws. The longest run without a home defeat against Mallorca in La Liga this century. Mallorca have picked up points in 3 of the last 5 away matches against Basque teams, a win, 2 draws, 2 losses. Albeit they did, I'm not sure if they were away against Sociedad a couple weeks ago, or like a week and a half ago. But yeah, having lost 5 of the previous 6 away. After winning the first 3 games in La Liga, Athletic Club have led to win. And since the international break came back. Since then. With the victory in the last match against Alavés, which Mallorca did win, Mallorca ended a run of 9 games without a win in La Liga and have not won 2 in a row back in December of last season. So my prediction for this, Athletic Club definitely need to bounce back. I think they can. But I don't know how confident I am with them now, Athletic. But I'll still favor them to win, and I'm going for a 1-0 win for Athletic Club. I'll go 1-0 for them. That'll be my prediction. And then obviously a big game on my birthday, on Saturday, tomorrow. You have Real Madrid against Villarreal. Obviously, both of these sides in the Champions League. Both sides having a very different result over the past weekend in La Liga. Real Madrid losing their first game of the season against Atletico Madrid, whereas Villarreal did beat Athletic Club in the previous game. So, look, both sides played against the other Champions League team in La Liga and have different varying results. 67% Real Madrid win, 18% for a draw, and 15% Villarreal win. Real Madrid have a very good record. Both sides in the top 4, in the top 3. Villarreal have won 3 in a row since then. And Real Madrid, they did lose to Atletico Madrid. But obviously, I think this is... they did bounce back, obviously, away in Almaty in Kazakhstan against Kairat. Mbappe with the hat-trick, who now has 5 goals in the Champions League and is La Liga's top goal scorer right now. Some insights into this game. Real Madrid have not lost any of the last 4 La Liga games against Villarreal, so they have a very good record. Villarreal have lost 17 of the last 25 away games against Madrid, the highest number of away defeats against them. Villarreal have won 3 of the last 5 away games against Madrid clubs in La Liga, a loss and a draw as well. After winning their first 6 games in La Liga, that being Real Madrid have lost the last one and have not lost 2 or more in a row since May 2019 when Zidane was the manager. And then finally, Villarreal have collected 16 points from their first 7 games in La Liga, equaling their second highest tally in the campaign. So they could even exceed that expectation because they had 17 points in 2008-09. Prediction for this game, I think Real Madrid will bounce back. This is the game that Real Madrid have to win, I feel like. I'm going with a narrow 2-1 win for Real Madrid. That will be my prediction. 2-1 for Real Madrid. Next up on the Sunday, you have here is Alavés against Elche. Now, believe it or not, there are 2 clubs in La Liga this season that are unbeaten. One of them is quite obvious, it's Barcelona. The other one, you can see from the title, is Elche. Elche, newly promoted Elche, are unbeaten so far this season in La Liga. 3 wins, 4 draws. But yeah, when you look at the win probability here, 40% Alavés win, 31% for a draw, 29% Elche win. And if you scroll down, Elche are currently in the top 4. They are in the Champions League places as we speak. So a really, really good, very impressive start to the season they are having. As for Alavés, not fantastic. Loss to Sevilla last weekend. Not great, I'll be honest. Maybe they can bounce back. But I don't really see both sides having much trouble. Some insights. Alavés have won 2 of the last 4 matches against Elche in La Liga, keeping a clean sheet in both of their wins against them. Alavés have lost 2 of the last 4. Oh my god, it's literally the same stat. Stop telling me the same stat. Alright, Anyways, Elche have won the last visit against the Basque Country, that being against Athletic Club in May 2023 when they were in La Liga after 6 consecutive away defeats there. Alavés have lost just one of the last 7 La Liga home games, 3 wins, 3 draws, and that being a 2-1 defeat in the last match, actually, against Sevilla. And then finally, Elche are one of 2 teams that are unbeaten this season. Prediction, I think look, I was on the Alavés hype train, you could say, but now I feel like I'm on the Elche hype train, and I'm actually going with a 2-0 win for Elche. That'll be my prediction on Sunday afternoon. That'll be my prediction. Big one. 2-0 for Elche is my prediction. Next up we have here is Sevilla against Barcelona. Obviously the other team that's unbeaten, and obviously both of these sides having very, very good, you could say, starts to the season somewhat. Sevilla at only 16%, and a draw at 18%, and Barcelona at 66%. Now, obviously, as you can see, Barcelona are having a good start to their La Liga season, although they did lose on Wednesday against PSG in the Champions League, and they weren't really that good. So maybe Sevilla could take advantage, especially at Pizjuan as well. And Sevilla are 9th in the league, so a lot of people thinking they might be in the relegation battle. I didn't really see it, in my opinion, somewhat. I mean, I did have them a little bit low, but not like relegated. But yeah, Sevilla 3 wins in the last 5, so pretty good record since the international break and all. Sevilla have not won any of the last 19 games against Barcelona, 4 draws and 15 losses. The last time they won was October 2015. It's almost 10 years ago actually. Barcelona have avoided defeat in their last 9 away games against Sevilla, as kind of expected. Barcelona have only suffered 1 defeat in the last 18 away games against Andalusian clubs, that being when they lost to Almeria in February 2023. I remember that. And then Sevilla have not won any of the last 4 home games in La Liga, which is quite surprising. And they are playing against Barcelona, so I think it will kind of continue. Barcelona unbeaten in the last 15 away games in La Liga, the best run since October 2022, a few years ago. Prediction for this, I think Barcelona is going to get the win here. I will go with a 3-0. I'll go 3-0 Barcelona win. That'll be my prediction for this game against Sevilla. Next up we have is Espanyol against Real Betis. Obviously, both of these sides in a very contrasting form, I would say. I actually completely forgot Real Betis. What was the previous game? They did beat Ludogorets. I don't know. I didn't check. So yeah, they did beat Ludogorets in the Europa League. Espanyol, so far, very good start to the season. And you can see at the tail of the tape, 36% win for each team and a draw at 28%. So it seems very even. Espanyol and Betis are 6 and 7, so they're basically in the European spots, same records as well. Although Espanyol have not won in the last 3 games. Betis have won the last 2 La Liga games, along with that game against Ludogorets last night. Espanyol have won just one of the last 5 La Liga home games against Betis, after winning 5 of the last previous 7 before that. Real Betis have won the last 3 La Liga matches against Espanyol, the second best winning streak against them in La Liga, so they have a really good record, Betis. Real Betis have won 38 of the 112 top flight matches against Espanyol, achieving more victories than any other opponent in La Liga. Espanyol have lost just one of the opening 7 La Liga matches, the fewest defeats they had since 97-98. And finally, Real Betis have scored in each of the last 26 La Liga games. which is a very good scoring run that they are on. Predictions for this game. I know it's away for Betis, but my prediction is I'm going to have the GOAT win the game for them. I'm going 1-0 Real Betis. The GOAT, Anthony, to score. Let's go. 1-0 to Real Betis. And actually at that same time as well, I believe, we have is Real Sociedad against Rayo Vallecano. Now, obviously, both of these sides very, very poor starts to the season. But Rayo Vallecano did win in the Conference League against the team from North Macedonia, I believe. I don't even know the name of that team. But yeah, Real Sociedad 46% win record or percent chance to win, 28 for a draw and 26 for Rayo Vallecano win. Now, if you score a bit down, both of these sides in the bottom 5-6 teams in La Liga, both only one win so far this season. Rayo Vallecano have not won since the opening game of the season. Sociedad beat Mallorca, who are just below them, in the midweek game about 10 days ago. Oh no. But yeah. Oh, I have to kind of. Oh, okay. So some match stats heading into this game. Let me just zoom in so that you guys can all see. Real Sociedad have lost just one of the previous 13 La Liga matches against Rayo Vallecano, so they have a good record against them. Rayo Vallecano have avoided defeat in the last 2 La Liga games, a win and a draw. Away at Sociedad, they could do 3 consecutive without defeat. Sociedad are winless in the 4 La Liga matches against Rayo Vallecano, 3 draws, 1 loss, but they have not gone 5 consecutive ever. Having beaten Mallorca 1-0 10 days ago, Sociedad could win 2 consecutive home games for the first time since February of this year. And finally, Rayo Vallecano have not won any of the last 6 La Liga matches, the longest winless run under the manager Inigo Perez. Predictions for this game between Real Sociedad and Rayo Vallecano. I feel like the Conference League game might take a bit of energy out of Vallecano. And I'm going for a Real Sociedad win. I'll go 3-1. 3-1 for Real Sociedad is my prediction. I think they'll get the goals here, Sociedad. And then the final game in La Liga, just before the international break on Sunday night, we have here is Celta Vigo against Atlético Madrid. Oh my God, who's messaging me? But yeah, win probability 22% Celta Vigo win, 24% draw, and 54% for Atlético Madrid win. Now, Atleti have been amazing in terms of goal scoring now. Since Julian Alvarez has come back, they've been in a very good scoring run. And they haven't actually lost since the opening game week of the season, Atleti. And they are now back where you would think they would be back in. So, yeah, they've actually turned it around, Atleti. They've actually only lost 2 games. And that was the opening game against Espanyol and Liverpool, which I think they probably shouldn't have lost that game, but, you know. But anyways, they're 5th, and they are on course to, eventually, you would think, get Champions League football by the end of the season. Whereas Celta Vigo, yes, I know they did win last night against PAOK from Greece, but Celta Vigo are not that good. I mean, just look at that record they have. And I'll be honest, right? I know I have my Deportivo La Coruña bias, and I hope Celta Vigo lose. It would be funny if they're in the relegation zone during the international break. But some match stats. Celta Vigo have failed to win any of the last 13 La Liga matches against Atleti, 4 draws, 9 losses. Atleti have won the last 5 away games against Celta, the longest winning run against them in La Liga. Celta Vigo have not won any of the last 6 home games against Atleti, a draw and 5 losses, failing to score in the last 3. Celta Vigo have yet to win a match in La Liga this season. Only the 3rd time in their history they have failed to win any of the last in the opening 7 games since 56-57 and 82-83. I think one of those times they were relegated. I think Atleti are unbeaten in the last 6 La Liga matches, winning the last 2. They have not won 3 in a row since November to January, when they had 8 wins in a row last season. If you remember, they beat Barcelona in that run as well. Predictions for this game: I think Atleti will continue the goal scoring run. I think they'll just be too much for Celta Vigo. And I'm going for a 3-0 win for Atleti. Atletico Madrid, 3-0 win is my prediction. And that is basically all for the La Liga part, or at least the preview of the games. And also, big up to Ahmed Zia Talks. I hope you're doing well. If you're still watching this, Zia, I'm not sure if I'm able to do the Indonesia-Saudi Arabia game this coming Wednesday, but I should be available to do when Saudi Arabia play Iraq on Tuesday the 14th. I believe it's the 14th of October. So I could do the Iraq game with you, Ahmed. I'm not sure with Indonesia, unfortunately. I have some work that I might have to do at that time, so I might not be able to do it. But yeah, now it's time for the El Toro de la Semana, the ball of the week. Let me change it up the screen. This might come as a little bit of a shock for anyone. You would think it's probably Julian Alvarez again, but I tried to make it a little bit more varied and all. Yes, Julian Alvarez finished 2nd in my standings for this game week, but I'm going for Aaron Ascadel from Real Oviedo. Saved the penalty against Valencia, made 4 saves, was really good. Man of the match performance. Yes, he did concede a goal, but it was a really good goal he conceded, to be fair. And I'll be honest, Oviedo were not expected to win that game. I'll be honest, and they won the game. So I think in the case of Oviedo's season, I think he's definitely saved them in that game against Valencia, and obviously they end up winning the game. So I think a lot of that has to go with the goalkeeper Escadel, and you didn't expect them to win. So I think that's a really good, you could say, result in the end for Real Oviedo. Now they're out of the relegation zone at the moment. Now it is time to review. The Segunda table right here, and I don't know why it's so fast. My ticker down here, making it slow there. But yeah, some results over the weekend. Or do I have to do it like this? Oh, I probably had to have done this probably, but I'll change it like this. I think maybe easier. But yeah, the results this past game week, match day 7 as well in the Segunda. You had Miranda's losing to Zaragoza. Zaragoza finally getting their first win of the season. Oh my God, what a surprise! They actually win. Unfortunately, I bought Deportivo. Obviously, I talked with Charlie in La Piña Rosa, the show that me and Charlie do usually on Mondays, talking about Palermo and Deportivo La Coruña. We got a draw 1-1 against Eibar. I think Eibar were probably the better team than us, which I kind of probably expected. The other games, Santander, typical bottle jobs, losing at home against Andorra, the team that Gerard Piqué is the owner, I believe. You had Almeria beating Las Palmas away, 2 red cards in that game, 1 each. Sociedad B drew 1-1 with Cordoba. You had Burgos beating Malaga, which you could say is a big result for Burgos. You have Cadiz and Ceuta, 0-0, nothing really much there. And then we have Castilla I was about to say La Mancha, but it's not the right area. Castile y Leon. Yeah, the Leon derby between Valladolid and Leonesa, and in the end, it was Leonesa with the win. And probably the game of the week. You guys probably don't know this. Sporting Gijon 3, Albacete 4. Now, you probably think it was back and forth, back and forth. No, Sporting Gijon were 3-0 up. Sporting Gijon were 3-0 up against Albacete, and they lost the game 4-3. They were 3-0 up, and they lost 4-3. How bad do you have to be to lose? And actually, Sporting Gijon have now lost 4 games in a row, and they probably should have easily have won against Albacete because they've been not that good this season as well. So it just shows you that like Gijon are like, I don't know, there's something else. I don't know. Sometimes I'll be honest. And the other games, yeah, Granada getting their first win as well of the season. They've had a really shit start, Granada, but they did beat Huesca away. And finally, yeah, Castellón surprisingly beating Leganes away. So that's a huge result for Castellón because also they've not started the season well. Now, obviously, match day 8. And you can kind of say match day 9 because obviously next week there's no El Toro La Liga show because obviously there's the international break. But of course, I'll be covering the Segunda games when I can. But here you go. Tonight you have Ceuta against Eibar. That's going to be a somewhat of an evenly matched game. And then on my birthday tomorrow, it is Deportivo La Coruña against Almeria. I'm not going to the game, unfortunately. But my prediction, I think I said 2-0, I believe, in my show with Charlie. So hopefully Deportivo get the win on my birthday. Andorra are playing Leganes. You also have Huesca against Burgos at that same time. You have Granada against Sociedad B. And then on Sunday, you have Zaragoza against Cordoba. You have Castellón against Gijon. I wouldn't be surprised if Castellón win that. Valladolid against Miranda. So another Leon derby, you can say, somewhat. You have Valladolid and Miranda de Ebro. You have a very interesting game here. You have Santander, Racing Club Santander against Malaga. You also have Las Palmas against Cadiz. And then the game on Monday is Leonesa against Albacete. Leonesa, Albacete on Monday. In terms of the league table, let me just find it and get it up for you guys. All right. So at the moment, if you want to know, Deportivo La Coruña, we are first in the league. We are joint top along with Cadiz. So right now we're in a good spot. Andorra, who were promoted this past season. This is the first season back in the Segunda, and they are in third. Santander was surprised. We're top of the league after 4 games, and now they've dropped off. They're in 4th, Burgos in 5th, and Eibar in 6th. So that's the top 6, the minimum playoff pot zone, wherever. Valladolid, Las Palmas, Almeria on 11 points. And rounding up the top half, you have Huesca in 10th, and Sporting Gijon have lost 4 games in a row in 11th with 9 points. And they won the first 3 games of the season. I wasn't surprised they're this down. Castellón are on 8 points. Malaga on 8 points, but really bad run of form they're on now as well. You have Albacete and Ceuta also on 8 points. Surprisingly, perhaps a surprise here is Leganes have 1 win in 7 in the Segunda. So it seems like unless they don't fix up, they might miss out on promotion by the end of the season. But you also have Mirandas in 17th and Leonesa also on 7 points in 18th. And then the bottom 4. And the bottom 4, as I said, are the teams that get relegated from the Segunda. You have the Sociedad B team, you have Zaragoza, Cordoba, all on 6 points, and Granada, after their first win, are at least in touching distance of everyone else on 5 points. So that basically concludes the El Toro La Liga show. Just getting up. Oh, and obviously get some comments from Charlie. Charlie's take. Yeah, big up to Zia as well. And Elche cooking, yeah. Charlie, if you want to watch back my prediction for Elche, obviously you can see who I'm predicting to win the Elche game against Alavés, I believe, if I remember. Depor and Palermo this season. We'll find out when it's April, May, and possibly June as well. But yeah, that basically wraps up the show for today. The El Toro La Liga show, game week 8, episode 8. So yeah, we're after this we have 30 more games of the season to go, and obviously Segunda still plays games more and more. But yeah, looking forward to the games this weekend. Obviously, Deportivo play on my birthday. Newcastle and I don't play until Sunday, so after my birthday. Um, I'm not, as I said, I'm not sure if I'll do a birthday stream. I'll see how I feel. I might be a little bit drunk by the end of the night because I enter. Yeah, this is the last time. This is the last time you guys are seeing me at this particular age. The one next after that, I'll be a year older, basically. But yeah, as I said, please do hit the like button on the stream, subscribe to the channel, and the next time you guys see me is either on my, if I make a birthday stream tomorrow. If not, it's my show with Charlie, La Piña Rosa, that I do with him on Monday, 9 p.m. Spain time, 8 p.m. UK time. So yeah, that's basically it.